A passenger plane takes off in 1955, vanishes without a trace, and then, out of nowhere, it reappears in 2025, 70 years later, landing on a modern runway, its passengers alive, confused, and unaware of what just happened. Air traffic control scrambles to respond, voices crackle on the radio, and for a few brief moments, the impossible becomes real. A flight that should have been lost to history suddenly sits before our eyes, before vanishing again. Is this the ultimate proof of time travel, a government cover-up, or one of the greatest aviation mysteries of all time? The legend of Plane 914 begins on July 2, 1955. A Douglas DC-4 passenger flight departed from New York, bound for Miami with 57 passengers and crew. Everything appeared normal, until it wasn't. The aircraft never arrived, and no distress signals were ever sent. Despite weeks of searching, no wreckage was found. Families mourned, officials were baffled, and the flight was quietly written into history as another tragic aviation disappearance. But decades later, strange reports began to surface. In one version of the story, radar operators in Caracas, Venezuela, claimed to have spotted an unidentified plane entering their airspace, 70 years late. Confused air traffic controllers contacted the pilot, who calmly responded that they were Flight 914 from New York, en route to Miami. When told the current date was 2025, not 1955, panic spread through the cockpit. Witnesses on the ground described a ghostly plane circling the runway before landing. Its engines roared, its tires screeched against the asphalt, and the stunned passengers were seen peering out the windows. Here's where the mystery deepens. Instead of disembarking, the pilot allegedly restarted the engines. Without warning, the plane taxied back down the runway, lifted off, and vanished into the sky, disappearing from radar once again. Neither the plane nor its passengers were ever found. Skeptics argue this is nothing more than an urban legend, a Cold War-era tale that grew with each retelling. Some claim it was a fabricated story published in a sensationalist magazine, while others insist it's a cover-up of a real time-slip event. And then there are those who believe Flight 914 actually slipped through a rift in time, a wrinkle in reality that carried it forward 70 years, only to return to its original timeline seconds later.